mince pies called mince pies. Mince pies or minced pies have a stronghold in our hearts for Christmas time, getting us in the festive spirit year after year. Those crumbly few bites of festive goodness are some of the most prized moments of the entire Christmas season. Although there is no meat in mince pies, they have always been called mince or minced pies. If a real mince pie fan bit into a mince pie with actual meat and a savory flavor, we imagine it might be quite a shock. These festive treats have changed a lot over the course of their history, and what we have today is a modern mice pie. Mince pies were always a festive pie and eaten around Christmas time. Other names for mince pies include mutton pie, shred pie and Christmas pie. What has changed dramatically is the mince pie recipe. Mince pies began as savory pies filled with minced meat, suet, dried fruits, spices, cloves and nutmeg. However, the modern mince pie is filled with a mixture of dried fruit and spices that is called mincemeat, but there is no meat in the mixture at all. These festive delights were always associated with Christmas and eaten in the English-speaking world. Mince pies became associated with Catholicism and were frowned upon by Puritan authorities, but the tradition of eating them continued through the Victorian era. Then the recipe began to change to something a little sweeter and reduced in size from the large oblong shape once observed to smaller round pie shape during Victorian times, and the meat was ditched. In Tudor times mince pies were made from 13 ingredients to represent Jesus and his 12 apostles. Mutton was also added to represent the shepherds. When the pies were made to be oval shapes, they would represent the crib and the fillings would represent the gifts that the wise men brought Jesus. It was once a rumor that the eating of mince pies on Christmas Day was illegal in England. Thankfully, this was untrue. In an effort to tackle gluttony, Oliver Cromwell banned mince pies and Christmas pudding. When Charles II became king, the ban did not survive, nor did any of the 11 laws relating to mince pies that Oliver Cromwell brought in. More, do cinnamon face masks actually work? More, Christmas recipe, how to make easy mince pies.